Good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice to be here. Nice to see everybody. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it's already Thursday, the 16th of April. I'm just going to wait for some of you all to catch on. For those of you catching the replay, yes, we're going to talk a little bit about my puppy Luca, who is right next to me. Let's see if I can show. He's down below. We'll talk about him and our excitement. So hang in there with me. It's Richard. Good afternoon, Richard. Thanks for being here. I got my baby boy next to me, Richard. We're going to give an update on Luca, my little Lucacino, my poor baby. But it is a nice afternoon, a little humid. We've had some rain here. I don't know what it's doing in your neck of the woods, but we've had some amazing thunderstorm, lightning, heavy rains, and then almost nothing. Like it goes quiet. But you can feel the moisture in the air. It's gotten a little too hot, a little too fast for my taste. Not complaining, but it has come on quite quickly, and I know the puppies are not a fan. I'm just trying to pull up the weather to see what it's going to do in the next couple of days. Right now it's 82 degrees. That's an awful lot. But then tomorrow it's going to be 69 is the high. So, that's pretty good actually. Karen Suki, hello, hello, hello. So, and then it's going to drop temperature again. It's going to be a little bit more normal. I think going from 30 to 80 is a little bit ridiculous for me, for the animals. Karen says, I'm supposed to hit 70s here today, and in my trailer house, it gets warm quick. Yeah. So, my second floor is very hot. The first floor is a little bit cooler, but I do have, it's a Dyson fan that goes from heat to cool. So right now I have the cooling feature on because the puppies don't like this heat. It's too much for them, and they were groomed. So you would think that they would be prepared for it. But, even humans, we don't like to go from 30 degrees to 80. That's ridiculous. So mid 60s there. Oh, if you're near the water, you may be getting some breeze, some shore breeze. You're supposed to get down to the 20s tonight and 70s and 80s tomorrow. That's Colorado for you. Yes, absolutely. Our low tonight, tomorrow, it looks like it's just going to be in the 50s. And then it consistently drops, which is why I haven't started to plant vegetables, because if it's going to drop down to the low 30s and 20s, I don't want to kill something before it's had a chance to sort of root in the earth. And I don't think my brother's watching today, but if he is, happy birthday, my darling. I love you. He turned 60 today. I call him my baby. I'm only 3 years older than he is. So, but he was always my baby boy. Although I said that about my other brother, and he's only 18 months younger than me. So, All right. So we're almost 5 minutes in. So my handsome boy here. Can you see my baby boy? My little Luca. So Luca gave me a scare. He, sometimes Shih Tzus, they get upset tummies and, they evacuate like we all do. But this, when he finished, whimpered, but it was a whimper like he was trying to tell me I'm in serious pain and I hurt, and then he starts to shake and vibrate in my arms. So Shih Tzus also, when they lose their breath, they make this horrible sound of snorting in to get air. It lasts for, it seems like forever, but it's probably like a minute and a half to 2 minutes. And I usually put my hands on their belly and I just calm them down until they can relax themselves enough to get their breath back. That he did not do this. When I called the emergency vet, they could hear him. They're like, just get him here. So now it's midnight. I'm in my PJs, throwing the sweatshirt on. I'm leaving the other dog home, and I'm running this puppy 50 minutes away from my home in the dark on the roads of New England, which they're mountainous where I had to drive, and I just followed the GPS, and you can't really see in front of you, and there's no other cars on the road. So I went extra slow because I was petrified, although I wanted to speed. Anyway, we get to the vet. They quickly triage him just to make sure that he's okay. But then they have to put my dog aside because two separate Rottweilers came in. They were making friends with a porcupine, and they had quills around the front of their faces and on their body. And honestly, it was the most pathetic, saddest thing I've ever seen. And these are big ass Rottweilers. Yes, Richard, and you don't want to hit a deer. And that was another concern of mine. And at one point to the right of me when I was driving, I saw this big hiney, and I think it was a bear who had crossed because it looked a little bit too big for a deer's behind. And it could have been, but I was like, nope. And you girls, boys, I prayed to Jesus. I prayed to every alien, every goddess, every angel, every light worker. I'm like, please. But I guess when he did evacuate, some must have come back in and basically burned his throat and got into his lungs. Exactly how all that happens, I don't know. So he's fine. He has a little gastroenteritis. They don't want him around other dogs just because his immunity is a little weak, but not for any other reason that they don't want him to catch something. Clearly, he's not going to be separated from Biscotti because when we got home, that dog was beside himself. Like, not only did my brother go somewhere, but my mother went somewhere, and he was bereft. Never let it be said your dogs don't feel stuff because they feel it. And he was more traumatized, I think, than Luca. Krumel, welcome. Hello. Thank you for being here. Oh, Sasquatch. Yes, Richard, Sasquatch. It could have been Sasquatch. But so he also needs nebulizer treatments. My bathroom, the heat doesn't get hot enough to generate steam for him. I'm going to try it again tomorrow, but unless the vet really feels like it's necessary when I see the vet on Tuesday, yeah, I'm not going to put him through that. But he's very subdued. And they can't go to the dog park, so they really hate not being able to play with other dogs. I've been taking him for a walk, and somehow, mysteriously, when I woke up this morning, I must have stepped funny, and I don't have a sprained ankle, but it feels like a sprained ankle. But I'm walking these dogs because they have nowhere else to go except my backyard. And let's just say in a matter of 2 hours, I miraculously stepped in poo-poo twice. So I have 3 or 4 pairs of slippers that had poo-poo on them I had to wash. I'm like, can't get mad at the dogs because they have nowhere else to go. And I wasn't thinking, you should be paying attention to the poo-poo. But he's doing much better. But yeah, so he's sitting next to me. He's been very needy. Hey, Debs. I worked at a vet. A vaporizer is also good. I don't know what a vaporizer is, but Debs, I'm gonna look it up and see if I can find a doggy vaporizer. So thank you for that. I'm just gonna go here and type it in because I don't want to call it senioritis, but not all the marbles are where they were, and I forget things very easily. So, dog vape or eyes. Oh, look at that for congestion. Debs, you're the bomb. Thank you for that. Um, so I'll take a gander to see what I can do for the poor little chucklehead. Um, so that obviously took up a lot, and I didn't sleep. Clearly, I was there. I got to the emergency room at 1:30 in the morning, and was there until about 5:30 in the morning. By the time I got home, it was almost 6:30 in the morning. It took Biscotti at least, I'd say, 45 minutes before he calmed down. He was so traumatized. Luca fell dead asleep. I tried to fall asleep, but Biscotti, I mean, he literally, um, I got on my side and he put himself right on my chest. He was like, "Oh no, no!" And I got up to go to the bathroom and he cried. He whimpered like I was going to abandon him. So the dogs are very sensitive, guys, both of my boys. So I'm just happy that things went well, and he's okay. Getting him to take his meds. These dogs spit out everything. They hate taking anything. They don't even like eating half the food I give them. So I am a good guardian, Karen. I mean, there are people that say when they come back in their next life, they want to be my dog. I want to be my dog coming back to somebody that gets me as a mama. Um, but yeah, so I love him. I love them both. They're both going to the vet on Tuesday. I may be late to start the show, but I'm going to go live. Um, Luca needs a checkup, and they both need their annual vet rabies stuff. So, and Biscotti also hasn't been feeling great over the last couple of months. He has really great days and some lethargic days. So, oh my goodness, they do like cheese, Debs. But they know. It's like he knows, or they can smell the crushed meds within the cheese because they have to crush them. Um, but the last couple of days, I've just stuck it in peanut butter and unfortunately just shoved it in his throat that he didn't have a choice. He had to lick it to get it down, but I hate doing that. Hello, Chris. Welcome. So, anyway, that's the situation with my two boys. So, thank you for being patient with me. But come Tuesday afternoon, I was still a basket case. I still hadn't slept. And I really, I love these boys and I would do anything for them. So it just sort of threw off my everything. But I think that's why I chose the journaling prompt, puppy love, because seriously, for me, it's unconditional love that comes to me, right? I receive unconditional love all day long. And of course, I have unconditional love for them. But to see them suffer, I gave huge credo, whatever, to moms and dads of human children. I don't know how you all do it because knowing that my dog couldn't communicate, a little kid can't communicate, but witnessing your child having any kind of issue, oh yeah, mamma mia. So that's why today I wanted to continue with sort of joyful, silly moments in time. That way we lighten the load. We've been talking so much about, um, our growth and how we want to look into ourselves. But I really wanted to lighten the mood a little bit. We're just celebrating the tiny joys, which for me is saving my sanity because um, I don't know if did I get to share last week that I lost somebody. Um, we're not going to dwell on it, but this person had some bad reactions to some medication and had decided to stop it, even though the doctors warned him not to do that. He had hallucinations, um, and decided there was only one way to stop what was happening. So it's It was a very sad couple of days. And I'm not, it's more a friend of the family, my brother and his ex partner. But it still hits home. And it was still really sad that somebody thought this was the only solution for them. Anyway, we just send them with love and light. So, on top of, before all this happened with the puppy, um, and he's 4 years old, guys. I mean, he's not a puppy. To me, he'll always be a puppy. But uh, then after that happened, my puppy, it just has been a kick in the tush. But we're gonna lighten things up. So, um, all right. Let me just jump into the chat real quick. Have I missed anybody? I hope I haven't. Oh, I'm squinting. I'm squinting, people. Hold, please. I said hi to Deb, said Cromel, Chris. Dun, dun. We are having an awesome day. Yes, Deb's peanut butter is the solution. Maybe don't crush them and roll it in the cheese. No, they spit the pill right out. Tried that. If you don't crush that pill, Karen, these little stinkers will they just poof, 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 out comes the pill. They take the cheese. No. These are not stupid Shih Tzu dogs. No. They have figured out. I mean, people have said the pill pockets. They don't like the pill pockets. Um, I've wrapped it in bacon. Nope, they didn't want the bacon. Um, I have. I will put it in ready whipped cream. Get a little pile. They will lick around that whipped cream except where that pill is. So no, it has to be crushed and blended in. Otherwise, they won't eat it. And when I see the vet, I'm going to say, look, you all need to come up with a liquid form because at least the liquid, they can't throw that back up. A pill, they just poof, right back out, those little stinkers. And the only problem with cheese sometimes though is it does upset their tummy afterwards, and that's a whole different. I'll still suffer with that. That's okay. I'm fine with that. Um, ooh, we ain't going back to Donny Osmond. Oh yes, we are. Love me some Donny Osmond. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Debs. I mean, I know that. Bacon. Where's Ben when we need him? No, the dogs don't want bacon. Only when it's with my breakfast. I can't, I think they know. They know that I know that they know they're getting a medicine. Um, I have a cat who can't get any medications down, even had to put a flea drops on her back. Yeah, oh, I don't even bother. It's like, for these dogs, they'll get a collar. If there's a liquid, I will definitely put it on the back for them. But pills won't work. It just maybe on bigger dogs it might work. I don't know. But my puppies, no way in hell. Nope. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys an update. Thank you for being patient with me. I really didn't want to cancel Tuesday, but I was so exhausted. And I was still really kind of anxious about the dog. He was in my lap the whole time, kind of like he is now. I'm gonna see if I can get him to say hello. Hey puppy, can we just say hi for a sec? Can you just say hi to everybody? Hi. Okay, go back to sleep. He's like, yeah, ma, I gotta sleep. And he's been doing a lot of that. I'm assuming that, I think they gave him a sedative. I don't remember now, but I think they gave him a sedative when they took the ultrasound. And he's just really, oh Lord, take me downtown. I'm just looking from some tush. Speaking about your tushy. Thank you, Gravel. See, a little laughter. So today, what I thought we could do, I'll just throw some stuff out and we can just giggle and just create some laughter because even among all this stuff, my dogs love when they see the mail lady, the mail carrier. And in all the humor, they get their treats. She always brings some. Um, and right up the front stairs, and there's this little spot. There goes Luca digging, 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 and plops himself with his newly groomed coat into a pile of dirt to cool off. Because, as I said earlier, for those of you that might not have heard, here in New England, we went from 30 degrees to 80 degrees. So it's a little hot for the puppers. And it wasn't gradual. So they're like, oh no, we need the to dig a hole. And I spent a couple of days filling in the holes in the backyard. I'm like, are you guys trying to kill me? Um, because I'm like one twisted ankle away from not being able to walk with these guys digging their holes. So I can't wait for the grass to grow because they won't do it when there's grass there. At least I haven't noticed that they'll do it when there's grass. Those little stinkers. So has anybody else today had a bright spot, even a tiny one that you want to throw into the chat? Maybe you had extra sunshine or something made you laugh or you heard a good tune. Um, Hitting almost 80 now. We are going down to 30 to 40s. So this is the problem being in this New Englandish, New York, New Jersey area, unless you're by the water. It's, we're feeling our oats. We're shedding winter and we're still, we're not quite summertime. So it's been a little bit bananas. All right. So where am I here? Well, for me, at least lately, everything revolves around the dogs that make me laugh. Karen says, yes, I am watching Love on the Spectrum on Netflix. I love this show. These people are so unapologetically themselves, so honest and open. I don't know it and I don't have Netflix. So when you say Love on the Spectrum, is this sort of autism-ish? Or are there other things when you mean on the spectrum? I don't really know what that means. I do love when people are just blunt, honest. Me and my guy went out for hot dogs and fries. Yay! And went tanning. Full and tan is my bright spot. Oh, that's awesome, Debs. I love a good hot dog with some fries, sauerkraut, little mustard. I'm a happy girl. Summertime has arrived when that happens. And actually, that reminds me, today's Thursday, so it's probably open. Maybe I'll treat myself tomorrow and go get myself a hot dog and sauerkraut and bring the puppies with me. Yeah, but spring is spring and it's starting to look very pretty. Oh, it is. The hyacinths. Remember, I couldn't remember what the word was. Someone thought I was thinking of crocus. Hyacinths are popping out of the ground and they have such a strong perfumey smell that when you walk by, it's like, oh, where is that smell? And daffodils have come up. Tulips, not yet. They're pushing up, by the way, through the earth, but they haven't sprung yet. Autism spectrum. Okay, Karen. Deb says Zweigle's brand only made in Rochester, New York. Oh. Well, I don't know that. So there you go. Thank you for sharing. Zweigle brands for the hot dog. Yummo. One of the things that also always makes me sort of happy, and this happened the other day, I was changing from the winter coat to a spring, like rain jacket type thing. There was $5 in the pocket. I'm like, I know it's silly, but isn't it awesome when you come across just a little extra surprise, especially those of us that are a little financially challenged at the moment. And I was like, I wasn't counting on that. It doesn't come out of my bank. It doesn't come out of the budget. I get to go and splurge on the $5. Hence, I might go get myself a hot dog. So let's see. Richard said last week saw a couple of raptors. I think red tails over the neighbor's house and at my home. Oh, yeah, I know. I mean, the hot dogs, the Raptors, we have, is it red wing tail hawks? Is that what they're called? Red wing? And then we also have something called a Cooper hawk. And I've seen the most, I think it's an owl. It's gorgeous, but I can't get close enough with the camera, but I think it's an owl. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And a lot of mating going on in my backyard. I have a couple of bird houses, and those birds are just busy, 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 busy. Tulips are a bit lazy, just like the Dutch. Oh, Carmel, you crack me up. I have those three. Oh, we're still talking about, yeah. I got BOGO hot dogs. Ooh, we don't have a buy one, get one. At least not that I'm aware of, but I'll tell you. We do get senior citizen discounts on Wednesdays. So that's kind of exciting. Um, um, so what else? The other thing that has been giving me a lot of giggles, there's been some memes lately. I think they're called memes. And they're the dancing caricatures, and they'll say, "Good morning, you beautiful SOB," or whatever. And I'm telling you, either I receive them or I see them either in Facebook in a reel or on Instagram, and they just make me laugh. I mean, literally, when you're feeling kind of grinky and you see this cartoon dog or chicken, the chickens crack me up, dancing and commenting and screaming and laughing. It is silly. It's absolutely silly, but it just brings us a little bit of sunshine. Um, Deb says it's a burger place called Tom Walls here. Ooh. Karen says, what I envision is you sitting outside at a picnic table eating out of a basket. Oh, yes. Are you saying that about Deb's? Because I would do that too. Scotty Boy's in the house. Scotty Boy, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. We're just trying to lighten the load. Mary Wynn's in the house. Hello. Look at this. Did I miss? Is Jimena here? Did I miss Jimena? Oh, I hope I didn't. She does have a thing on tonight. She's doing it later and later. I've got to ask her why, but she's doing it at like 11 o'clock ish Eastern time. So it's just out of my time frame. But yes, please put her. I'm glad you put her link here. And anybody else is Carmel, you've got carte blanche, my friend. So it's just, for those of you catching up, just given the stress with the puppers for the last couple of days, we just want to keep this light and fun and entertaining. We can get serious next week, but I think the stress of all this other stuff, yes, Jimena is in Mexico. She is 2 hours behind Eastern time, I think. So if I challenged you guys and said, so what one thing made you smile for no reason this week? And again, for me, it comes down to the puppy, just seeing him with that little, the mama, love me look, the I don't feel good, love me look, melts you and makes you smile. I'm like, okay, you're fixing for another treat, you little devil. And again, those damn memes cracks me up. And I don't know, maybe somebody here might know, are we allowed to post those on our YouTube page because I would love to post a couple of them. They are just freaking hysterical. And it is just to bring joy in for the moment. And I am hugely grateful to those emergency vet technicians. You know, um, they have such patience with these animals. And hearing a cry out of this big Rottweiler when I was at the emergency room with Luca, um, for a second I thought it was Luca, and one of the techs came out and goes, "Nope, that whimpering little cry was from that big dog." And I'm like, "All right, well, he has a right to feel unhappy because all those quills in his face." Yeah. Ooh, Debs, you got acupuncture this week. Oh, I love acupuncture. If you're not monetized, you can share anything you want. I'm not monetized. From your lips, though, Debs, to God's ears. But I haven't broken 180 yet, so I still have quite a bit of time to go. I've seen dogs get porcupine quills all over, and it's awful. Oh, yes, it is not pretty. And look, it's spring. Everybody's out mating and protecting their babies and looking for food. The bears here. You want to talk about getting your giggles on? It's like Winnie the Pooh just strutting down the street, like doo 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 doo. Hey, got any bird food? Can I look in your garbage? I mean, they're hungry. They're looking for treats. They're looking for girlfriend, boyfriends. They're looking, they're looking at it. Like I said, the birds in the air, they're like, hello. No shyness. Everybody's just getting their groove on. I got bumblebees in the backyard looking at my pansy flowers. They're happy. Everybody's doing their groove thing. So just saying. Just saying. Little sexy. Raccoons. So I haven't seen any. It doesn't mean they don't exist, Richard, but you have them. Yes. Uh, my given name is Mary Teresa. Well, hello, Mary Teresa. Two really good names. Love the combination. I was just going to say very holy, very religious. I was Teresa Ann, but the Ann was my mother's compromise. When my dad wanted to name me after his sister, my mother agreed I could use her middle name, but I couldn't spell it the way she did. Oh, the fights family have when it comes to naming people. Is Rick here? And I missed Rick too? Guys, I'm so sorry. Is this going by? And I'm missing things. So sorry if I am. So now, where was I going with my thoughts? Oh, I was looking in the chat for somebody else to say anything. You're very Catholic. Oh, girl. In nomine Patri Filii Spiritus Sancti. Amen. You're talking to a girl who wanted to be a nun. And then she was introduced to boys. And apparently those two don't go together. Unless you're going to marry Jesus. And that's a different story. Or marry God. That's a different story. But that wasn't the kind of boy I was interested in when I was when I finally was introduced to boys that weren't family members. I was like, ooh, cooties. I don't like boys. Oh, they're not related to me. I'm like, that's why they keep girls in convents. You're not supposed to have googly eyes, and the priests were so not what you would get all hot and bothered about. Oh, sweet Mary, that's funny. So when I was talking to the dogs after all of the brouhaha, I I looked over, and this is Biscotti's face. So you want to talk about, out of the mouths of babes. I'm talking to Luca, trying to, just coo and relax my poor pupper. And this is Biscotti's face. Let me just see if I can. Like, lady, What the hell are you saying? And it's just the face when you walk into the room, you're talking to one dog and the other one's just like, okay, I don't know what you're saying, but you need to stop. Um, Too funny. Um, Richard says, yeah, one of the priests we knew said I could have made a good priest if he had met us a few years earlier. There you go. It's funny. And I have some really good guy friends that um, they're either not dating at the moment, they have tremendous faith in their Catholicism, um, but they still have hope that someday they're going to meet that person. So otherwise, they'd become priests. I'm like, no, no, that's not the reason to become a priest. You need a calling. And by the way, yeah, I'm not going to go on the religion topic. We're just going to stay off of that. But don't do it. Oh my word. And until recently, so one of the other things that sort of lightens the mode, and the mood rather, for me, I've been a big singer in the shower until my neighbor says, wow, you have a nice voice. And I'm like, how do you hear me singing? They can hear me singing in the shower. They can hear me singing in the kitchen. So now I don't sing because I was embarrassed. So it's like, first of all, I felt like they caught me naked singing. And then the other one, they caught me cooking and singing. I'm like, I don't know if that's a good thing. But it was very funny, and I didn't know I was that loud. So these walls either are very thin, or I know you're going to find this hard to believe, but this melodic voice is loud. Shocking. I'm going to the comments. When I get that neat section. Gotta love Marvin Gaye, Krumel. Gotta love him. Yes, Karen, cooties. You remember that word, cooties? I was one of those girls because it was all family and all neighborhood boys, and I was the only girl in that age bracket, and I had cooties, and so did they. Um, yeah, one of those priests we knew. Oh, never mind. Scotty boy. Ooh, that smell. Oh God. Yeah, I think Catholicism has fallen by the wayside for me. I know, Richard. The only time that it hasn't is I'm defending the Pope right now. And I don't think anybody should be sending death threats to someone, even if you don't have their faith. I don't have a lot of people's faith. I think a lot of them have their heads up their butts, but I'm not calling for the death threats. But let's not go there. Sing in the car is safer. Yes, Debs. And let me tell you, I'm a queen of car karaoke. I belt out my tunes. I even dance. I car dance, baby. And I've been known to receive a honk or two because I forget that I'm in the car and I go bananas over certain songs. Um, and oh, Scotty, they're busting on you, pal. All right, so there's a dog barking outside. He better shut up because my two puppers are just calm. I don't need them getting all riled up right now. Um, is there anything that, so if you're feeling gloomy or someone you love is feeling gloomy, is there anything that you do to make somebody laugh? Um, I don't even know if my brother would be mortified if I tell this story. So when my mom was going through her cancer treatments, and we could not get her to smile. I would always flash her or drop trow. Just, give her a little moonshine, and I would be singing "Shake Your Groove" thing, boop, and she would it would crack her up. Um, Now, if she saw my brother Ralph, the eldest of her two sons, so I'm the eldest, then my brother, then my other brother. There was just something about him that always made my mom laugh. But with me, it was very serious. And when I think maybe she just knew I was her main caregiver, and she could just truly be feeling whatever she was feeling at the moment. But to lighten that mood, she got a flash one way or another, and she laughed and laughed. So, is there something that you would do to make somebody laugh in your life? Okay, let me go to the comments. Um, Chair dancing rocks. It does. Scotty boy. Oh my, hee hee. What have I stumbled into? Mary Wynn says, wait, not we, Debs. I told you a chat about cheese and bacon and pills. Oh my God. No, Mary. LOL. Listen to the words. Oh, you guys are cracking me up. That's why we went out for hot dogs, because we were little blue today. It was a date. I know. The tree witches. You guys. So all right. So put in the comments. Don't leave me hanging there, peoples, besides date night. Is there something, is there a favorite comfort show or comedy show? Is there something that makes you giggle? Is there I don't know. I don't want to say a ritual because I don't know if that's appropriate, but I've already shared some of the songs that I um that get me going. So, and one of my journaling prompts also asked me something about, how does it feel when you get knocked down? And I'm like, oh, chumbawamba. I get knocked down, but I get back up again. You're never going to keep me down. And I find the songs that make me shake my groove thing. So that way I can bring myself out of a funk, because it's easy to get stuck, and it's scary sometimes out in the world, and it's scary within our families and our friends, and it's scary to know, all this different stuff. Yeah, I think, well, they may be doing it soon because there's a new moon coming, so I can't imagine that the witches aren't going to do something soon. They just do it past my bedtime. um Yeah, music brings you out of a funk. Absolutely. Scotty, I farted it. I farted in a line at Panda Express. Well, was it a silent and deadly, or was it a loud and noisy and deadly? Oh my God, that's funny. Well, you gotta let things go. Um, I was just gonna say, is there a favorite smell that somebody, makes them feel good, but that doesn't go hand in hand with a foofy. Um, oh my word. Oh, go to a place where there's a lot of seniors, and it's like a competition who makes the loudest noises, and they're all innocent, and none of them know that they passed wind, um, or they do, and they just have the slightest. My little Nana, God bless her, 4 feet 9 inches of her. If something squeaked out, it would cause her to roar with laughter. She'd be embarrassed, but nature is nature. And there would be times where my brothers would go up behind her and make foofy noises. I call them foofy noises, farty noises. And she's like, that's not me. So, that brings a lot of joy. Um, let's see. Is there, I'm just trying to think of something. Wait a minute. Oh, the witches are on tonight? I know Jimena's on tonight. I just don't know if that's all the witches. Yeah. The women don't fart. Oh, girl. Oh, there was something that There was a meme. If I find the meme, I'm posting it, Karen. We aren't even supposed to get guests. What you eating? I'm a bean girl. I'm a cabbage girl. I'm an onion girl. All of those will create an aromatic escape route for most things. Um, so you guys crack me up. Oh, wait a minute. What's this too? Oh, yes. So it is the girls tonight. Oh, all right. There is a new moon chat tonight with Trista, Millie, and Jimena. So there you go, guys. I wish I could stay up. I can try, but um, as the doctor really wants me to start getting some rest. And between the dogs and my friend passing, I got to get some sleep. And I don't want to do it during the day, especially we've been blessed with it raining at night. So during the day, I can start the work in the garden. And I've been doing a lot of cleanup. And I use cinder blocks a lot to create borders and that kind of stuff. And all of that has to get realigned. But I got to do it in stages. I'm not as strong as I used to be. Wait, hold on. There's a muscle there somewhere. Nope, it's hiding. It'll come out soon, maybe by the end of spring. Well, it's not in your better interest not to go into Panda Express. Well, when you're at Panda Express, I'll make sure I don't go. If you eat beans regularly, they no longer give gas. At least for you, that's true. Thank you, Karen. I don't even care. I don't care. If I'm healthy and I'm enjoying the food, whatever happens, happens. I just want to have a healthy digestion. If that means sometimes a little air has to escape, I'd like it to not be mortifying, but okay. But I think we should probably get off the topic of foofying. So we're here in New England coming up to the Boston Marathon on Monday. It's also Patriots Day here, so it's usually a holiday. And so I'm loving that I'm seeing groups of people practice running and all that kind of stuff. Most people I know are just not official runners. They'll tag on after the fact. But, we had that big issue not too long ago. I think it's been 10 years. Can't believe it's been 10 years. And so lots of excitement happening in New England regarding the marathon coming up. So my version of a marathon is power walking. So I was going up the hill in my neighborhood. I'm like, okay, where's my dog when I need him to pull me up the damn hill? I'm like, oh, Lord have mercy. So pretty funny. But I do need to get my groove thing into some kind of shape that's not just round. We need a few curves, and the curves are MIA. It's just plumpalicious. All right, let's see. French and Ukrainian, and don't even have to shave my legs but once a month. Okay. I should not shave legs. What the hell? Yeah, I still have to shave my legs, girl. I'm an Italian. I gotta shave my legs. So plans for anybody this weekend. That's what I was trying to get to. Thank you for keeping me on track. We are the only state that celebrates. Oh, okay. That's true. That's right. You're right, Richard. If I wanted my cheese grated, I can use a grater. Oh, Scotty. Karen, I have like 4 or 5 under my arms. I'm missing that one. Oh, under. Yeah, no, I'm Italian, so we shave. June 6th is Flag Day. Yep, and that's global. But It's a holiday here for us here in Massachusetts, Patriots Day. So that's when we do the Boston Marathon. It's always on that day. I believe it's also opening day for Boston Red Sox. Richard, am I right on that? I think so. It's opening season home game anyway. Um, I'm sorry, puppy. I didn't mean to scare you. Did I scare you? Do you want to say hi to the people and let them see that you're still alive and that you're happy and healthy? Huh? And then you gave your mama a scare and you're not allowed to do that anymore. Look at it. Look at the Punim. Look at that face. How could you not love that face? Um, all right. I got my version of a marathon is lying down and watching the meetings. I'm with you, Carmel. I'm like, hold on, let me put my feet up. Where's my drink? And then just whoop, whoop, whoop. Good for you. Keep running, keep running. We have Heartbreak Hill. That's like one of the most difficult hills for the runners. And I'm like, you can do it. You can do it. Years ago when I lived in Boston and right near one of the main locations, a few of my friends and I would hand out water bottles. Here's the not so classy side. We were looking for future dates. We were like, wait, if we get down to the finish line, do you think we could get into the party and meet that one? Yeah. Never worked, but it was always fun for us to just go, yep, nope, yep, nope, yep, nope. So, hey, boys do it to girls. Girls can do it too. We were just subtle. We weren't like, hey, hubba hubba. Oh, I got my hair curly this week. Ooh, a perm. You could pass for my hairdresser's doppelganger. Oh, well, there you go. I'm too shy to post a selfie. Oh, you should. Karen says weekends and weekdays are not distinguishable for me. I have to say, Karen, I still distinguish. Isn't that funny? Even though I haven't worked for several years, I still treat the weekends. I do things on the weekends that I wouldn't do during the week. I know it's silly, but there are days I don't even know what day it is. That's kind of why I like Tuesdays and Thursdays going live. At least I know I'm going live. It's a Tuesday or it's a Thursday. I don't have a typical Boston accent because I was born in the Bronx, New York, raised outside of the Bronx from 3 to 17 in a more rural setting. And then I got to Boston. So I have a mashup of accents. When I used to talk to my parents on the phone, afterwards, what you would hear from me is with my girlfriends, yeah, I'm going to have some coffee. And did you guys feel like talking? I would get the New York accent. When I would go home and we were parking cars, it'd be packing the car. Now, I never was that dramatic about it because that is more South Boston. And that really, you have to be born and bred with that accent. But there would be words that I would pick up that family would say, really? Where were you raised? I'm like, I'm a girl of the world. So no, I don't really have an accent. I don't think. Oh, and you were a hairdresser. She's Italian and has she's got my hair. Yeah. So I'm going next Thursday for my haircut. As you can tell, I've stopped coloring. It's a goal. I want to see how gray I can get, how quickly. And it's not really gray, it's more silver. I'm kind of liking it. You're so far behind, Teresa. I'm sorry. Why am I behind? I used to love getting perms. Otherwise, my hair is fine and straight. I used to live in Newton where the hills are. Heartbreak Hill is not the steepest, but it's the longest. Okay. Karen said I always thought I would have liked to be a hairdresser. It was really fun to do hair and nails in the 80s and 90s. Yes, yes, yes. I will survive. Do the apples fall normal in Newton? I got that. Um, Mary, remember the painted T-shirts with rhinestones and glitter? Oh, that still happens. I chop my own hair now too. I have even dyed it myself several times. I'm always surprised that it comes out pretty good. Yeah, I don't do that. Um, I did cosmetology. Ooh, I would have loved that. Nothing's better than a good facial. Um, okay, I think I'm caught up. Holy moly. Yeah. So, um, started out silent, turned out loud. Scotty. Scotty, are you still back on the farts? So anyway, I just wanted to lighten up the load today. I hope that, you know, I know this probably isn't the best conversation talking about foofying and that kind of stuff, but I didn't need to be enlightened and go through this dark pattern. Um, and knowing that the witches are on tonight, you all can get your spirituality buzz from them. And I'll try to show up if I can stay awake. I know puppy 1 and 2 are looking forward to going for their walks since they still can't play with other dogs yet. Um, and I will be back Tuesday. If I'm going to be late, I'll send a post, but I should make it on time. We'll see how it goes at the vets, but if I'm gonna run late, I'll let you guys know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna see what else is going on in the chat, and I'm gonna wish you guys all well. Oh, Mary still cuts and paints t-shirts. I made bean boxes too with split peas and multiple kinds of beans glued to cigar boxes and tins. Wow. Um, I wonder if you want to embroider t-shirts, you should do it. Make yourself happy and do it. So, guys, thanks for being patient with me this week. I know I was a little off schedule. Um, enjoy it. Enjoy the witches tonight. If I don't see you there, I will try to pop in if I can and say hello before I fall asleep. But if not, enjoy the weekend. I, as always, send you with love, with light, with healing, with joy, with comfort, with compassion, sprinkled with giggles and laughter. So until I see you guys next week, have a great couple of days.